Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Cofield, and today is Tuesday, and we want to go ahead and get started with our lesson. We want to thank everyone for being prompt and making sure you're doing your classwork. We thank you for taking time out to do this Zoom virtual class. So I just want to say today is a good day. We're going to have a great day, and we appreciate you logging on. So first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want you to show you what your assignments are for today. So let's go ahead and let's look at that, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you all just so that you can see what you need to do for Schoology. All right, so let's look. So for today, if we look here, you need to define, we're going to read pages 10 through 15 in our book, and then you are going to answer the questions below. So let's look at page 10 in our book and go from there, okay? So we're going to scroll down, and I want you to, let's look at page, let's go ahead and try to see what we need to do for today. All right, I'm just going to just scroll a little bit so we can get to page 10. All right. All right, let's see where we are. And if you hear a little one talking in the background, it's my baby. So just understand she's with me, but we want to try to, get everything done that we need to do. All right, so let's look here. All right, why do artists create? So we want to focus on lesson 2. Why do artists create? So this particular chapter focuses on the importance of art and understanding the role that different things that sort of inspire the artist to create works of art. So I'm going to let us look at our lesson for today. I'm going to click the slideshow from current slide. All right, so artists are creative individuals who use imagination and skill to communicate in a visual form. Folk artists are self-taught, so they didn't have any formal training, but they just have some way of just insight. They just know what to do. And it's wonderful that artists can use their imagination and skill to create works of art, because it's just something that kind of just comes to you. Sometimes people like to draw different things for different reasons. So where do artists get ideas? Artists use the materials for art to solve visual problems. So they look outward to nature, to cultural environments. They look inward to themselves, people, and world events. So let's look at that. Look outward to nature and cultural environments. So a lot of times, if you all seen a sunset and it's just so beautiful, and you see the colors, the red, the pinks, and I mean, it's just amazing. So that right there, nature can be an inspiration for artists to get ideas. Looking inward to themselves. So sometimes different things that personal reasons artists create works of art. People and real events. So different events that has happened in the world can inspire artists to create works of art. Myths and legends, spiritual and religious beliefs, develop creative techniques. And artists from the past are reasons why people create works of art. Ideas are also commissioned by employers. So sometimes you get commissions and you wonder, okay, well, how much this particular piece is going to be commissioned for you to make. And sometimes people actually make money by having commissions that maybe a mural that they want done. Okay. Let's look at this particular work here. This is by Ines and George, and this is very interesting work. What we see here is in the negative space. We see also atmospheric perspective is when things get sort of lighter in the negative space, but then we can see up here up closer. When we look closer, these things have more detail. So this particular piece was done in 1856. This was oil on canvas, but we see how this painting celebrates nature and industry. So although these two are not necessarily compatible, you look carefully, this is a town in Pennsylvania, but in the distance we see this town, but then we see the railroad. Look at all these trees are being cut down. So what do you think the artist is trying to tell us? that all the tree stumps is painted or cut down. So we see that nature is being sort of brushed to the side so that industry or this industrial movement sort of will start to flow. What symbols of industrialization has he used? So we see this example here of how things have changed, but we see the beautiful environment that's being sort of interrupted by this example here of the train and industry that's coming. We see a viewer here looking in the distance, seeing this happen. So isn't it interesting to understand how art can sort of tell a story, trying to tell us different things of things that maybe have occurred in the past. So today, what I want you to do is I want you to answer the following questions. Define the word artist, okay? And we covered some of that in this lecture. Also, identify 4 different sources for artistic ideas. Why people create art? What are the sources that what are the inspiration and sources that they have for that? Then, why do artists keep sketchbooks? There's different reasons why artists, keep sketchbooks as well. But let's look at our book. And it talks about artists are self-taught. It talks about folk artists. And folk artists have different techniques that they develop. So those questions that I just showed you, I want to clarify. Those are things that you're going to have to upload today, and they're due today. Upload that information to be counted present for the course as well. And let's look at lesson 2. We went over a couple of things, but just want to hit a couple of things in this particular chapter. You'll see in your book some of the things we just went over. Grant Woods, okay, this is one of my favorite artists. Grant Woods did this piece here. This is a famous piece called American Gothic. So American Gothic has so many symbols in this work of art. How many times did you see the pitchfork in this work repeated? So let's see. How many times have you seen this pitchfork shape repeated? 1 time right here. 2 right here in the overalls. Okay. You can repeat it. It's repeated a little bit here in the shirt. Even his face has that pitchfork shape. Do you see that? And we also see her dress right here is repeated even in the curtains. In the curtains, we see an example here. So it's amazing to see how many different things when you start to really look at works of art and analyze them and understand how the artist creates those, okay? All right, so let's look also, and you can read up on the artist right here, which is wonderful. And then you just keep reading. Further down, talks about actions paints, which is a technique of drip and splatting paint onto a canvas, okay? All right, so let's scroll down. And last but not least, you're going to answer these questions that I just showed you in my PowerPoint. These are the questions that you are going to answer right here, okay? So you're going to answer these questions in the PowerPoint, and you're going to either do it on a Word document and upload it, or you're going to do it on a, you can write it out, take a picture, and upload it on Schoology, okay? All right, this is wonderful. All right, so this is what your assignment for today is. You also have, let's go back to Schoology, okay? I'm going to unclick this, okay? Schoology, let's go back to Schoology. And I guess I have to somehow erase this somewhere. But if you look here, you're going to define the word artist, identify the source, and what is a sketchbook, answer that question. You could click here, and right here, you're going to see your eye opener for today, okay? So with your eye opener, you are going to be able to, with your eye opener, you're going to be able to draw a picture. You click right here to be able to see what you need to do for today. So you click that, it's going to automatically download, and you're going to be able to see your eye opener. Okay, your eye opener says, what is a cast shadow? This is a cast shadow on the apple, and it's going to ask you to draw the apple using a full range of value. You don't have to worry about the Art 2 part. Just focus on drawing just the apple shaded in. see these light areas, darker areas, shade that in, okay? So that is what you're going to do today, okay? I want you to, let's see, I'm just going to use this, but it gets darker on this side of the apple, and those are some things you need to think about, the light, where it's coming from. You got some darker sections in here, some darker sections even in there. So those are some things that you need to think about when you do your piece on today. Make sure you shade it and go from light to dark, okay? All right, and so we're gonna go back to Schoology. I'm just going to click mouse. I'm gonna go back to Schoology. All right, now, and this is what you need to do today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know that you're here, that you're in class. If you want to say, hey, Ms. Cofield, working on my eye opener, it's 9 o'clock. If you want to put that, that's fine. But I need to make sure that you upload it in order for you to receive credit. And if you don't upload it, you're not going to be able to receive credit, okay? So make sure you receive, in order for you to be absent, you know, counted absent, that means I did not receive your work. So please make sure you upload your work for that particular day, okay? All right, and like I said, I do have a little one, so I have a child. She's almost 2, so you may hear her a little bit in the background, but that's okay. That's what mamas do. We go hard. So I want you to just make sure today you do these 2 assignments, upload those, and if you have any questions, my office hours is from 2 to 3, and if you need to get on Zoom and ask me a question, please do so. I have the link listed in the course information as well. Thank you all so much. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.